Good morning and welcome to our first Motivational Monday. I am so excited that you have decided to join us this morning. And I am also excited about the word that God has given me to share with you this morning. Our Motivational Monday is faith over fear. Say it with me, faith over fear. Now, I know that most of us made some goals for 2019. I know that some of us said that we were going to go to the gym and work out. I know you're laughing too. And then some of us said that we were going to eat healthier. Some of us said that we were going to read our Bible and spend more time with God. And we have refused to do that. We have not carved out that time to spend with Him. And then we decided that we were going to, ladies, save some money in 2019, that we were going to do less shopping. But I know for a fact that I saw some of you in Dillard's at that January 1st sale. And so that's already gone out of the window. But I am truly glad that you made some goals for 2019. And let me encourage you to continue to work on those goals. Even though you've fallen off by the wayside, still continue to work on your goals. However, this morning, for our faith over fear, we are going to take a journey together. We are going to get on this road to faith over fear. So I talked about goals a few minutes ago, and I know that even in 2019 that there are some things that God has also given you in 2019. There is an assignment that God has given you to do in 2019. But for some unknown reason, you have refused to move. And I know that we all have our reasons why we have not moved, but we all have them. We come up with some excuses for the reason why we've not started to do what God has called us to do. And that's okay. But today we are getting ready to take a journey down the road called faith over fear. And so I need you to get ready to take this journey with me. I want you to share in this journey with me this morning. All right, so the first thing I need for you to do is to get up and get ready for this journey. And I know that sometimes it's hard to get up. I know that sometimes it's difficult to take that very first step. We have faced so many fears and so much failure in our lives until we're just afraid to get up and take that first step. But let me encourage you this morning to just get up and take the first step. And you say, Fonda, that's hard. How do I do that? Let me just say this. It's not as hard as you think it is. It's just that you've got to have enough faith in God to believe that if I get up and take the first step, God has the rest. So I just need for you to get up. I just need for you to get up this morning. Okay? All right. So some of you have gotten up, and I'm excited because you say, okay, I have been in this place too long and I'm ready to take this journey with Fonda. And so now that you've gotten up, I need for you to let's get in the car and get ready for this journey. All right, so you've made it to the car. You've gotten up. You've made it to the car. And now I need you to buckle up. I'm not sure. I need you to put on your seatbelt because I'm not sure if this journey on this road called faith over fear is going to be a smooth ride or if it's going to be a bumpy ride. And so I need for you to put on your seatbelt and let's get ready for this journey. All right, so now that we are prepared, we put on our seatbelt, we're ready. We are headed down the road called faith over fear. And we're traveling. Some of us are listening to our music. And, I like songs that's going to motivate me for the day. And so I put in my music and I listen and I sing as loud as I can. And guess what? I can't sing a lick. But when I'm in my car, I sing like I got it going on. So I start to sing and worship and get motivated for the day. And so we're listening to our music. We're listening to our favorite song. And then we come across a roadblock. We feeling good. And we come into a roadblock. And the police department tell us that we can go no farther, that we have to stop right here and make a U-turn. And some of us are okay with the U-turn, but most of us, when we make that U-turn, we decide that I can't do this. I've come to a complete stop. Every time I try to start something and do something new, all these things come up. And so you allow the roadblock to make you take that U-turn. But instead of you finding a different route, you just get off the road completely. And so you never get back on the road. And so some of you have gotten off the journey. But now some of you are still hanging in with me, and I am glad about that. So we're going to get back on the road. We're going to get back on that road called faith over fear, and we're going to continue on our journey. So here we go again. We're back to listening to our music. We're motivated. We're excited. We are headed towards faith. But we come to a detour. And guess what? The detour tells us to go left. Now, most of you all think I'm talking about turn left. But most of us, when we turn left, we go left. I mean, we fall off the path, we fall off the road, and we never get back on. And detours, depending on the detour, if you just follow the detour, you got to make it back to the road. But most of us, instead of following the detour, we just decide, you know what? I don't want to do this. I've tried this again. I've done this again. I've started so many times, and every time I come across this detour and I'm just tired. And so you take the detour, but you take another detour. And you say, you know what? I'm going home. This detour has me mad. I don't want to do this. And the detour has taken you to a dead end. And because you get to that dead end, you no longer want to stay on the journey. And so guess what? You throw in the towel. You throw in the towel. And so, but some of you stay on the road with me, and you allow the GPS to reroute you to Proverbs 3:5 that says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. And so you get into the detour, but you decide, I'm not going to lean on my understanding. I'm going to lean on God's understanding, and I'm going to make this detour. Even though it's a detour, I'm going to make it work. And so you stay on the journey with me. Here we go. Thank you for staying in this journey with me. We're back on the road to faith over fear. I'm excited that you're still here. You're still buckled up. You're still on the road. And even though you've had that roadblock, you're still on the road. Even though you've had that detour, you're still on the road. So here we go. Back into our music. And we are listening, and we're dancing, and we're praising, and we're shouting, and we're being motivated. And in comes the phone. Your phone rings. First of all, when the phone rings, it interrupts your morning worship. But you answer the call anyway. And it's your girlfriend called Naysayer. And she says, hey girl, what are you up to? And you tell her, I am headed to the house of faith. And I am so excited. I've been on this road for a while, but I'm almost there. Your friend, the naysayer, starts to tell you, girl, why are you out on the road? It's dark. It's late. Why are you doing that? Girl, you need to turn that car around and go home. You need to not be on this road at night. And then she starts to tell you, why are you going to the house of faith anyway? Why are you investing in that book? Why do you even go to church every Sunday? Why do you do that? Because you have all of these issues and all of these problems, but you just continue to go. And so that naysayer starts to talk in your ear, and you begin to listen. You begin to say to yourself, maybe she's right. Maybe she is exactly right, because I have tried this before and it didn't work. So maybe my friend, the naysayer, is right about this thing, and maybe I just shouldn't be doing it. But the GPS starts to reroute you, and it reroutes you over to Philippians 3 verse 13 that says, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, is forgetting those things that are behind me and reach forth toward those things which are before me. And so you stop listening to those things that are behind you. You stop looking for those friends that are behind you. You start reaching forth towards the things that God has put in your future. You start reaching, and then you take that car and you get that foot on that gas and you just run right over that naysayer. Because you know what? The naysayers come, they're like a roadkill. They come to kill and destroy. They come to kill your vision. They come to kill your thoughts. And so you get in that car and you press that gas and you drive as fast as you can and you run them right over. And so the GPS has rerouted you. You are now reaching for those things that are in front of you, and you are ready to continue this journey with me. I'm glad. I know we lost some people right here. I know we lost some people to the naysayers, but the few of you are still on this journey with me, and I am so excited. I am so delighted that you are still buckled up and ready to go and get back on the road. So here we go. We are on this journey, faith over fear. And so here we go. Now we've turned our music back on. We got back into the groove of things, and we are worshiping and we are doing our thing, and we are excited again. And as we get into the final stretch of our journey, we're in the final stretch. We're almost home. We're almost there. You run into the traffic. You are stuck in the traffic. You know, sometimes my husband and I go to Atlanta and we get stuck in that Atlanta traffic. And I'm really not a driver. I don't care for traffic. But we get stuck, and then I get frustrated. I get aggravated. It really just gets on my nerves. And so I just want to make a U-turn in the middle of the road and just come on back to Albany, Georgia, because I'm aggravated and I'm frustrated. And when you ask your girlfriends who live in Atlanta, oh, how far is the place? Oh, it's just 20 minutes. We're in the car for an hour and a half. And so I'm aggravated, I'm frustrated, and I don't want to do this traffic. And so we get stuck in traffic. And that's just like us in life. We get stuck. We get content in the place where we are. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to go anywhere. We want to just turn around. We want to just stay exactly where we are. We want to stay stuck in the condition that we're in. And sometimes the conditions that we're in are not good. But because of some unknown reason, because of fear, because of emotions, because of I've tried it before, because I've failed before, I don't want to do it anymore. And so we stay stuck just where we are. But that GPS is going to reroute you this morning. It's going to reroute you over to Philippians 4:13 that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so therefore, even though you're stuck in the traffic, you got a detour, you got a roadblock, just remember, in the midst of all of that, you can still make it to the house of faith. You can still travel this journey. Even with all of that going on, you can still make it. And so let that GPS continue to reroute you to your destination. And so now we back on the road. The traffic, it may even be moving a little slow, but we're moving. And so as long as the traffic is moving, you're good. You are good if you stay on the road to faith over fear. And so now that we're moving, and again, although we're moving slow, you're still good. And so now you have finally made it to your destination through the roadblock, through the detour, through the naysayers, and even through the stuck in the traffic. You have made it to your final destination called faith. You ought to be rejoicing, and you ought to be shouting that Satan didn't take you down on this journey. And although we lost some people along the way, also, we lost some friends along the way. We may have lost some church members along the way. We may have lost some co-workers along the way. But guess what? You made it. You made it to your destination. And that's a reason to shout right there that you made it to your final destination called faith. I am so excited and delighted that you have joined us for Motivational Monday. I want to encourage you and motivate you to stay on this road called faith over fear. Stay on the road. Stay on your journey that God has given you for 2019. Our Motivational Monday, faith over fear. Have a great rest of the week on purpose. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great week.